Hello and welcome back to our super mega little cheeky YouTube channel. A YouTube channel of motorhome travels and, well, that's about it really. It's start whizzing about in a motorhome basically. There you go. Intro over to you.
We often get asked about finding some good stops in the UK and abroad. So in this vlog, we thought we'd share with you our experience with council-run car parks and whether councils are getting on board with having motorhomes in their towns.
We also get asked a lot about off-grid and people being nervous about what's a good first off-grid experience. So this will tie in nicely with those questions.
But don't forget, because of the YouTube time continuum, that this vlog goes out of date very quickly. So please double check everything we tell you when you're going on your trip to make sure that things haven't changed.
I wish things would change. I really wish they would.
It's just rude.
So what are authorised council park-ups? I hear everyone asking, especially me.
Well, it's what it says on the tin. They are authorised car parks that are council owned. So basically, you park, you pay, you spend locally, you sleep, and then you leave.
I was sleeping then. And what they are not is a campsite. So they may or may not have any kind of facilities. They literally could be an area where you can legitimately put your van for a period of time. They are not a place to get your barbecue out, your chairs out, your washing line and all that other stuff. Because if we do that, then in a bit, they won't be there.
And we think there should be more council-run car parks for motorhomes, because when we visit towns, we often find that there are height barriers, the spaces are too small, and you can get fined if you overhang outside of a marked bay.
It's also good because, yes, you could always use a campsite, but imagine turning up at a campsite at, say, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and then you're away again at 9 o'clock in the morning, and you might pay 40 quid or 50 quid or 30 quid or whatever it is, but you only want to be there for a few hours to see a particular attraction or a particular site. You don't need any of the other facilities. So that isn't very cost effective. And also, people like us, with our little dog, might not have a bike, and you might not be able to get a taxi when you have a dog. So we like to be able to get somewhere, park up, and then go and explore under our own steam.
Because as lovely as campsites are, they are often in a very beautiful spot, which by its very nature is remote, and you just can't get about without four wheels.
I was once described as a very beautiful spot, just so you know. What do you? I can stand right over here, can't I?
You can go, please go away as far as you can.
We have been to quite a number of these authorised council-run parking areas across the northwest, and I don't think we've had a bad experience yet.
And the northeast, because you were supposed to say across the north of England.
Well, I'll just do that. We'll cut that out and I'll do it again.
Okay.
And we have been to quite a number of these across the north of England. I got that first time.
You did, yeah. And we're going to share those with you based on certain criteria, because they all vary ever so slightly. It's whether you turn up, whether you can book, whether you can stay one night or more than one night, whether they're free or whether they're payable or whether there are services. So here goes montage of places.
They were spooky. They're running sheep. Them sheep, they were running right noisily. I thought we were going to be in a bloody stampede. Too pretty to die young.
Welcome. I would like to introduce you to a new way to view life. Take these shades. Yeah, I've had some times that were great. Some others I was meant to break, a lot up on my plate. But still I cherish every day, cause I could be without no food to put up in my mouth. Place for me to call a house, a help for me when calling out. I've had my back against the ropes like most, penny pinching to stay afloat, but continue to sink in till I made a change, seeing life from a new lens. The old washed away so the new one could begin. haunting me, pushing me to be everything that I want to be. Sometimes I give in to the noise and adversity, but I know that I can be the blessing or curse for me through my belief. So for now I fix my sight to see greater heights than the stars you see at night. Cause one day I'll play amongst the greats, but for now it's alright, cause I'm living
the good life. Living the good life. I love my good life. Living the good life. Living the good life. I love my good life.
We all have our ups and downs and highs and lows. We find ourselves sometimes following roads we never chose. But every day is another opportunity to grow.
Living the good life.
I'm living
Living the good life.
I'm living
I love my good life. Living the good life. Living the good life. I love my good life. Living the good life.
If you're still with us so far into this vlog, then congratulations. You're a better man than I am, or woman. Certainly a better woman than I am.
Both.
I'm not both. Rude. But anywho, thank you for everyone subscribing, commenting. Thanks to all the new subscribers. Thanks to our...
And the old ones.
It's only young people watch our vlog. We don't have any old fogies watching our vlog. We're young and hip. But thanks to everyone for your engagement, the hypes, the comments, and genuinely it is the comments, 'cause it's not the money, it is the comments that keep us cracking on, because some of you are like 10 out of 10 bants. So there you go.
Was that the right bet or not? I'm needing something special that I can't find. I'm needing something different that's on your mind. And when I leave this city and lose my time, say you won't go, say you don't know. You said something that I tried to rewind. And all the time I don't even know why I tried. You left me thinking how I could be wrong. Tell me, where are you now? She said it goes like this in the place that we live. She said it goes like this in the place that we live. She said it goes like this in the place that we live. She said it goes like this in the place that we live. I'm needing something special that I can't find. I'm needing something different that's on your mind. And when I leave this city and lose my time, say you won't go, say you don't know. Cause I've been waiting for the time to change, but everything just seems so fucking strange. And every time you turn to me and say you won't go, say you don't know. And she said, come on over, won't you listen to me? I'm talking 5 seconds to the beat of the sea. And when she came over, I just knew it was me. But I don't think she knows, she's just not my cup of tea. She said, baby, just give me a little bit of time. A cup of tea, no baby, you're my glass of wine. Just a couple drinks and maybe
So all of those council car parks we've just shown you are fantastic for us motorhomers. We have no idea what it's like in other parts of the country. So please let us know if the councils where you live have similar schemes.
Yes, because that's what top YouTubers do to get you to engage with us and make us more money. Boom.
But we also see a lot on Facebook about people bemoaning the UK and saying, why can it not be more like Europe, where there are numerous airs in nearly every town or village you go to, and quite often they're free and have services.
It would be brilliant if it was just like France, say, but I'm not sure we'll ever get there. I think it's an aspiration because A, we don't have the land that they do on the continent, and the land that we do have is mega expensive, and at the end of the day someone's got to pay for it, so that would be people paying council tax, and I'm not sure they'd be really chuffed about upping the council tax so that we can have a £5 park up overnight. Most of these park ups range from about a £5 to about £20, so there are a differing range of value for money. But I think we're a long way off being like France.
But we're not freeloaders. We don't want everything for free, although good value is always welcome. So have a chat with your local council if there isn't anywhere nearby and see what they say.
Yes, because recently we had a chat with our local council after trying to find somewhere just to park for the day in our local hometown. And there was literally nowhere. And one of us wrote a very strongly worded email, and it triggered a discussion with the council. Doesn't mean we're going to get anywhere, but at least it raised their awareness.
So if you are off to explore a new part of the UK, check your local council or district council's website and just type in motorhome parking. Now, I did this last year with Lancaster because I wanted to see if we could get the van into Lancaster, and they have a really nice document that tells you which car parks have got the size that can manage your motorhome.
Our big length.
However, strictly no overnight parking. But I didn't really fancy us traipsing through Lancaster because they have a park and ride. Now, this is where the story gets interesting.
I'll just wait over here.
Because on the Park and Ride website, it very clearly said that vehicles like ours were disallowed from going into the Park and Ride. There were height restrictions, which seemed counterintuitive. Why would they want a massive motorhome travelling through the streets when they've provided a Park and Ride? A few email exchanges last year with the council, and they have amended it so that motorhomes can now park in the Park and Ride. Still can't do overnight though, so that's my next mission for Lancaster.
I've just done a few lunges while I waited then. Hopefully, with a bit of foresight, the information we've given you here will allow you to plan a cheeky little midweek break or even a weekend break away. Bear in mind though that these places have got limited access, if any, to services, and they're not bookable. So bear that in mind when you plan when you're going to arrive at the stop, and know your weights and measures and how long you can last off-grid before needing any kind of top-up or empty.
Because what we found is that by 2 o'clock, these places are going to be full up. And when the spaces are full, they're full, and you'll need to go and find somewhere else to park overnight.
So have a backup plan, because a lot of people don't, and then they start sneaking on the end. So your 6 spaces becomes 7, becomes 8, becomes 9, becomes 10, and so on and so on. And again, that's how we're going to lose. Well, that's how we're going to lose the resource into it. That's it for this. You'll be pleased to know, flipping out. That's it for this little spiffy vlog. Don't forget to let us know of your local council-run community type park-ups, because not that we want to know, it's just because that forces engagement, makes me a very wealthy YouTuber.
We do want to know, because we're in the UK until July, so we've got lots of time on our hands to explore further afield.
Yeah, we do want to know, really. As always, thank you very much for giving us your time. We do appreciate it, and we will catch
See you next time.
Next time, waving my mitten at you.